Hello, Paul McFadden here. So this week I'm answering your questions which came from my Instagram when I did a Ask Me Anything on business, life or property. And I was inundated with so many great questions, and today's question was from Ricky, and it's a common one that I get often, so I thought that I would answer this in a bit more detail here to help anyone that might find themselves in this situation. And that is, what's the absolute first thing that you would do right now to get started in property? Now the short answer is, get educated. Now let me go into that a little bit more, and let me just talk about something first and foremost which a lot of people will have on their mind, and that is, Paul, of course you're going to recommend to get educated. You have a property education company. You train people to get started on their property journey or to accelerate their existing property business to turn it into 6 or 7 figures. Of course you're going to recommend to get educated. Well, here's the reality. It comes from my own personal experience. In the early days when I got started in property, which was 16 years ago at the age of 19, I went along to a seminar in Glasgow where it was an American company that was educating people on how to get started in property. Now, their fee to get started and learn the tricks of the trade and the insider secrets to investing in property, remember, I was 19, I knew nothing, was pay us £25,000 and we'll teach you. I had no money, no contacts, no knowledge, no prior experience. I had poor credit. I had all the things that would normally hold someone back from getting started, and I never had the money for the education, but I still got resourceful and went out there and did things. Now I had no idea what I was doing. I just went out there, viewed some properties, put some offers in, went to networking events, asked lots of questions and made lots of mistakes. Now property, if done wrong, can be extremely costly. This is why I talk about why it's important to get educated. Now, educated could be something as simple as grabbing some books. There's so many books on the topic out there. I happen to have 3 books, and what I recommend for someone getting started is grab these books. You can get them in Amazon, or link off to the comments, you'll see some links here. This is Your Property Jumpstart, which is my book on really, how to build a thriving property business with no money, no experience and no prior knowledge. This is a very comprehensive book that will give you great knowledge for someone who's just getting started out. So this is the start of getting educated. Now, it's all fine and well understanding property, but the mindset side of things and what it's going to take and what you're going to come up against, the challenges and so forth, this is why I wrote this book, Property Success Mindset, Master the Inner Game and Accelerate Success. That there's going to be a great book to help you in all areas of your life. And then of course, where do we find the deals? Well, that's why I wrote Property Sourcing Blueprint, which is a complete guide on how to source properties like a professional. So those 3 books alone are great, valuable tools for you to study and read and go over them a few times and highlight as much as you can. Maybe be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should be subscribed. You should hit the notification bell to make sure you're notified every day when I drop content, so you can go in there and listen to this and watch it over and over again. Go to paulmcfaddenwealth.com and see the free resources and additional support tools that we've got there to help anyone get started in their journey. And this is what I recommend. Invest in people's products. Look at people's training courses, not just ours. Sure, we've got Property Prodigy, which you can go to propertyprodigy.com and check that out and see what we can do. It's a 12-month mentorship program that will support you and help you getting started, or help you accelerate an existing property business, or find other people out there, or find someone that you personally know who's been involved in property and done the things right and have achieved a level of success that you truly want. And that way, go in and ask them questions. Find out a little bit more, ask for guidance. But my experience is you're going to have to pay for that at some point. Whether that is paying for a book, or whether that's paying for some online stuff, or just consuming free stuff all the time. But at some point, you're going to have to invest in your education. Now, let's say you were going to go for a knee operation because you had hurt your knee, for example. I would like to think that you would want someone who has went through their degree and got a degree in being a surgeon and maybe specialising in the knee, rather than being a general surgeon that actually specialises in your knee, because if you're going to go and get knee surgery, you want someone who operates in knees day in, day out. so they can make sure that they can give you the best possible chance of a successful op, and to make sure you're going to recover the best way and make sure that you're back to your fit and healthy self that you were before you hurt your knee, as an example. So this is why you'd probably want someone who's experienced, who's done countless amounts of knee surgeries for you, to make sure that you're confident that someone's going to look after you. And this is the same goes when it comes to property. We've all got our uncle or a friend who's bought a property or two, and we think they know everything, but they've not played the property game at the right level and have not gone through enough things to see about all the challenges, the what ifs. You know, this is what's really key. If you think about it, if you want to go and climb Mount Everest, you probably could do that yourself, you know? If you had the right training, if you had the right apparatus, and you had the right people around you to support you in doing that, and the right level of training. If you never had that stuff, the chances of even getting up to base camp is non-existent. But if you want to give yourself the greatest chance of success, you might want to hire a Sherpa, someone who's been up and down that mountain so many times, basically could do it with their eyes shut, who have gone through so many different, turbulent changes in the weather and different conditions and different times when shit hits the fan, and they just know how to overcome it and adapt, how to get you up to the mountain, and how to give you a successful descent so you get back to live to tell the tale. Someone who's been up there so many times to coach you and support you from when you make the decision before you even step foot in the bottom of the mountain to get all the way up to the top and get back down. Same with personal trainers and everything else. So my recommendation, because think about it, people who've gone through a property protege program, it's taken me 5 years to become a full-time property investor when I get started at the age of 19, going full-time at the age of 24. Yet I'm helping people do that inside of 12 months or less. Now that's not everyone, but it's a lot of people for those who want to be full-time in property, because they're learning from my mistakes. You want to learn from someone else's mistakes. So my recommendation for anyone, the first thing that you do is to get educated. Start with some books, then invest in some programs, then get in some trainings, and you can't do this stuff enough. Find someone you resonate with, whether it's us, I'd love it to be. If it's not, find someone, work with them, get educated. It's going to help you fast track your journey to get to where you want to go, and it will be the best investment that you ever make. You can take all my properties away from me. You can take my home, my cars, the wealth that I've built, the business I'm involved in. You can take everything, strip me bare, maybe leave me with a pair of boxes on or something, and strip me bare and leave me somewhere. And over a period of time, I'd build it all back up again, because what I still have is my knowledge and what I've gone through. You can take everything away from me, but you can't take what I've learned, and that'll allow me to rebuild everything much quicker. This is why when I get involved in businesses that are mid 6 figures, it takes within a year or two before it's hitting 7 figures, and we're taking 7 figures into multiple 7 figures, because I've been there and done it multiple times, and there's a methodology to it, and we can help people do that when you understand the know. I never knew this stuff at the early days. This comes through experience and doing things, and learning from people's experience will help you fast track your journey going forward. Now with that, the first step I recommend you do if you're thinking about getting started in property is get the books and go to propertyprotege.com and check out what we can do to help you get started or accelerate an existing property business. And most definitely what you should be doing is by being connected with me on Instagram, so you can see when I do my Q&A and ask me anything again, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because every day I drop a new video for you to tune into. So all the best, catch you tomorrow, bye for now.